Jiven here, welcome to another video. A lot of people have been telling me that they either feel like they've hit a skill cap, fallen behind competition, or they're trying to get back into Fortnite when the new season comes out. In today's video, I'll be giving you some advice for how to get cracked in Season 5, and at the end of the video I'm going to discuss a little bit of my plans for tutorials and stuff going into Season 5. Let's get it. The first thing I want to discuss is a practice routine, and then I'll talk about how to fix some common weaknesses. So in my biggest opinion, the quality of your warm-up is going to determine how good you do in the rest of your day of grinding. So what do I do as a warm-up? Before I explain, just know all the map codes are going to be in the description. So first, I go into Raiders box fight practice map and I run the edit courses that have targets in them. This is an OP start to the day just because not only does it get your mechanics and aim warmed up, but if you run the edit course right, you can also get your peak shots and piece control warmed up. If you want to see the way I run through this warm-up, I'll attach a video in the description showing you how I run this course. Now this might sound weird, but I like going through this course using an AR instead of a shotgun because the hitbox of the AR is smaller and so it requires you to be more accurate. Then when I switch to a shotgun in game, I tend to hit more 200s. After I finish going through this course for a bit, I just free build to height once or twice to get my builds and movement feeling saucy, you know. And then I hop into aim duels with my duo partner Tempered. Running this helps me to hit my shots in 50-50s. Aim duels is just like you're in a box with someone and you have 5,000 health instead of 200, and you just spray at each other and hop around. Helps your in-box tracking. And then finally after that, Temper and I 1v1 for a bit to get rid of any other rustiness we might be feeling. Every few days, instead of running the Raider box fight practice map, I go to his piece control map instead. I made a video going over this map as well, and how to piece control in the safest way possible in this map. That link is also going to be in the description. If I run this full warm-up, I honestly demolish an arena. Anytime I skip it, I do much worse, so mark my words, don't get lazy with warm-ups. Stick to a routine. If you're struggling with mechanics, aim, or fighting sense, running this warm-up daily will be super helpful. You might not see immediate improvements, but it'll help in the long run. Also, people usually comment saying, I can't do these courses on console or high ping. My response is push yourself and just do it. Even if you can't do it smoothly, struggle with it each day, and it will help you in the long run. When I was on console, I used courses just like this, and I became nasty on console. Just push yourself. But after you warm up, hop into arena and just grind it out. If you're struggling with motivation to play in arena, here's a few things you can try. You can try hopping in calls with friends or stream so it's less lonely. Also, you can play in sets of 10 games, so that way it feels like a tournament and you're keeping track of your points. You can also set up a reward system, like say you win a game, you get this, or if you lose, you do push-ups, or whatever you have in mind, you know? And the other thing I suggest doing for practice is playing in scrim ladders. Open scrims with zone rules can be good practice, but it just takes so long to get to endgame. You end up losing like 15 minutes of your day each game doing nothing. But with scrim ladders, you get the best possible practice, there's no zone rules, there's prizes as incentive to win, and there are stacked endgames because the scoring usually is heavily placement based. The way you find these scrims is by going into a scrim server and looking in either the announcements channel, ladder announcements channel, or ranked scrim channels. Look for those in your scrim servers, or you can come to my Discord server and I'm sure somebody will help you out. There's always people active in my servers and I'm sure they'd be willing to help you out. Anyways, next topic. Let's talk about how to fix some of the most common weaknesses with simple, fun practice methods. So let's start with, let's say you notice yourself dying in early game a lot. There's a few things you can do. You can try practicing more box fights, because box fights force you to conserve mats, play in tight areas, and play angles, just like an early game fight. When you're in these early game fights, maybe just try picturing yourself in box fights, and that might help you get in the mindset of how to fight in early game. Also, try to master one drop spot at a time. You only need one spot for a tournament, so practice a spot over and over again until you can win it every single time. And then once you do that, learn a new drop spot. I recommend learning at least 3 drop spots just in case Fortnite changes up the map on you, or you're super contested at one spot in a tournament over and over again and you need to switch up your spot mid-tournament. You'll have backup plans. If you notice yourself dying in mid-game a lot, here's a few things you can try. If you keep getting third-partied, try to scan the area before you push someone. And when you're fighting and there's a break in the fight, like you're both boxed up healing, just look around to see if someone's coming. If you hear a third party coming, maybe try to get the other two people to fight so then you can turn into the third party. I've talked about this in other videos and it's super helpful. If you die in box fight situations a lot, then practice more box fights in creative until you figure out a good play style and can win more of your creative fights. Same goes for building. If you keep dying in build fights, run more PGs or realistic fights in creative. Make sure that when you're 1v1ing in creative, you 1v1 multiple people so you can learn lots of different playstyles. Lastly, if you die a lot in stack games, run more zone wars. Another tip I should give you is that if you lose a fight, think about what you could have done differently to have won the fight. Whether it have been having better aim or protecting yourself better or pushing differently, whatever it is, take note of it. If you take note of what you do wrong, you can start to find patterns in your mistakes. Like, let's say I'm losing a lot of fights because I am missing a lot of shots, you know? That means I probably need to practice my aim more in my free time. Or if I keep dying when I push a wall in a certain way, try to figure out a new way to push that wall and get rid of the bad habits. Another great way to avoid making the same mistakes is VOD reviewing. Some people find VOD reviewing to be kind of boring, but let me tell you how I make it fun. I don't VOD review every fight, that is too tedious and boring. Instead, I VOD review my clips. Like if I did something sick in game, I always clip it. And when I watch it back, I look for ways I could have done it better with less risk of taking damage. Also, I clip any fight that was really sweaty and try to look for ways that I could have 1, ended the fight faster, and 2, taken less damage. In my opinion, it's better to watch back these types of clips for review because then you can try to imitate it again in future fights. Like say I piece control someone really well. Watching that back can help to remind me that that play works, you know what I mean? But on top of that, just a reminder, make sure you clip some of the sweatiest fights of the day as well, because there's a lot to learn from those fights. So, those are my main suggestions for going into Season 5. I swear if you really grind out this stuff that I talked about, and then also focus on learning the new meta, you're gonna grow so much as a player this next season. Now is the time to improve no matter what your skill level is, because World Cup will probably still be happening this spring, and you guys remember how much money was in the last World Cup. We can hope that it might be around the same amount this time. So get good now, so you are extra prepared. And who knows, maybe they'll do a Winter Royale just like last year also. That had so much money in it too. Now quickly, before I end this video, I want to talk about a few things coming up. I know I promised to make a piece control map and have some more high ping videos, and I will have those coming eventually, but before I post those, I want to focus on learning the new meta so that I can teach you guys. I'm going to be streaming mad arena every day for the first week or two, and making videos on all the new things I learn about the update. I think that is the most valuable thing I can do for you guys for the first week or two of the new season. Let me know what you think of this idea in the comments. Thank you so much for the support recently, it's been insane. The stream went from averaging like 10 viewers to 100 recently. And this YouTube channel grew like 30K over the past month. Thank you for making my dreams come true, and I can't wait to see what comes next season. Honestly, I'm so hyped. Enjoy this little end of season montage at the end of this video. Please like and subscribe if you like this content, and I'll see you all in the next season. Peace.